What's going on, everyone? So today we have to talk about SNX, that is Synthetix. I made a video on this coin about 13 days ago, and I mentioned that there was a possibility that it could break past this pattern and this wedge pattern that it's been in. Not really a wedge pattern, but this channel that it's been in, this downtrend channel, but it broke down. So we're going to talk about where I think this thing is going to go next, and also shout out to the member of the channel that recommended me go through this video. So if you guys want me to go over specific projects or anything, go ahead and become a member of the channel. It's only $9.99 per month. But let's get straight into it. And again, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none is financial advice, but currently this thing is sitting at $1.47. So typically with stuff like this, you're always going to see them come back to their support levels, whether they're minor or macro support levels. And I know that you could see, exactly what I just did there. We can already see support levels here, right? We can already see where we have support. We have support right here at these current levels of about $1 and about $1.41, give or take. So we have some support there, and you can already see how we've already hit that area and kind of starting to recover from there right now. We've also had resistance for this area on this as well. So that is a little bit of resistance, a little bit of support before it bounced up and then went fully down. And then this whole area here, you can, consider that as some support if you want to. And then we got this support here, this support here. So $1.41 is definitely a good amount of support here. But look, if we don't break out from here and then, pass that trend line up there, we are definitely looking to go all the way down to this level. And I know no one wants to see that, right? That's literally going all the way down. And I don't think that is actually possible. Like, if you look at it, well, I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Let me say that. But yeah, this coin is pretty much on its last leg, guys. And, one thing about it, I think it has bottomed out. You can kind of see how it's bottomed out here. But one thing about this, it's been going down for such a long period of time. And a subscriber is the one that recommended me going over this. But we've seen what happened to Zcash, right? We've seen what happened to Zcash, and this is by no means like Zcash, but Zcash was another one of those coins that came out in like the golden era of crypto, right? And then out of nowhere, it just comes back to life, starts going crazy. I made videos on this before, but it made a good run, and then it kind of pulled back a little bit. But I think for this cycle, Zcash is kind of cemented in for this cycle, so you might see it going up some more times in this cycle. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because if you look at it, Zcash has been out since 2016, but then you look at this other project here, Synthetix. This project's been out since 2018, so this project's still an OG in the game too. So pretty much what I'm saying is they've lasted this long. I think they might have some potential inside of this bull market. Now, they haven't done anything near to what Zcash has done, but there is a possibility that the bottom's already in, right? There might be a possibility that down here is the bottom for this. So this there's a really hard choice right here, but I guess if you like making risk, you can go ahead and do that if you like taking risk. But if you look, what has it been doing for the last few years? It's been just straight down from there, right? It's been straight down since 2021. So that's that's kind of scary right there if you think about it. Since 2021, this thing has been creating new lows every single month, just new lows, new lows, new lows. So we'll see what happens to this at the end. But currently, right now, what I see happening for SNX, again, I think that it has the possibility to try to recover from here. I think they kind of just they're kind of benefiting from the overall market whenever the overall market pumps. But now that the whole overall market is crashing and dumping, it's kind of hard for projects like this that have been doing so poorly for the last 4 years to try to go up. Like, they're not going to be able to do it as easily unless the overall market is going crazy and is irrationally pumping. But, at the moment, we've lost a lot of money inside the crypto market. So I wouldn't be placing your bets on projects like this that have been doing so poorly over the last 4 years. So, this is to people out there, and also directly to the member that has mentioned it. I think this could have some potential, but I wouldn't be putting too many eggs inside this basket just because of past performance. But if it does something which I think it could do inside of the near future here, and that's come up here to this resistance, then that could be, good. It could be good if we see this thing go from $1.47 all the way up here to $5.20. If that happens, that would be good. I wouldn't try to bet on it going past 520, even though it could possibly go above 520. That's probably the area where I would cut it off at. But yeah, right now it is close to those lows, but look at where it was at just a month ago, around like 60 something cents just a month ago. So if I were to make a good buy, or say a good buy price on this, I would say lower than where we are now. Definitely lower than where we are now. I'm noticing we do have another support right here. So we had resistance multiple times here, some resistance there, some resistance there, a little bit of support here just now. And then you can come all the way back here, and you can also see some results for the same support line down here. You can see that it's been used as resistance before back here too. So this is definitely probably going to be a good area where you can probably scoop some up if there is going to be, a bigger pullback, a larger pullback, I would say. So yeah, just look for 90 cents, 92 cents. That might come next. So, prepare for that, because the overall market keeps crashing and pulling back. There's a possibility that Bitcoin goes below 100K too. A lot of people are saying it's going to stop at 100K. I'm saying it's going to stop at 85K possibly. It might not do that. I might be wrong. But hey, we gotta make these predictions, right? But anyways, I'm just looking at it like this. A 32% pullback here on Bitcoin, and then that channel right there. And technically, this is a bull flag right here, actually. It's a bull flag. And then right here, I guess we could kind of consider this a falling wedge, right? And then we have the same 32% drop. And then we also have this right here, which I guess we could also consider either a bull flag or a falling wedge. We could consider that. And then as you can see, so what we can also do is take this out of Bitcoin and take this out as well, so it'll look a little bit more cleaner here. But yeah, as you can see, we've just now broken out of this. So I've been tracking Bitcoin extensively, and for projects like this, like Synthetix, that have been doing so poorly over the last 4 years, it's best to look at where Bitcoin's going next, because that's probably where these things are going. These things like Synthetix, Zcash, they're benefiting off of the irrational market, but the second all that stopped, Synthetix down, Zcash down, everything else down. So you really got to pay attention to all the other stuff in the market. But anyways, we broke down below here on Bitcoin with this symmetrical triangle, this bearish symmetrical triangle. It broke down, and now as you can see, it is still actively dropping right now. So it's still actively dropping, and we should end up seeing it getting a little bit lower here. I'm looking for it to hit this 99K area and bounce back up. And then if it gets rejected, then we're going to see 85K, right? Like if we come down here, hit 99K here, bounce up, come back into this channel that we were once in, and then still get rejected at 108K plus up here, like 104K, 108K, still get rejected. Then from there, that's when I can see something like 85K coming in real quick, real quick and swift. And then if that happens, I'm telling you right now, whatever you buy at the bottom after that might be a really good buying opportunity. I don't want to say 100% is, because then I feel like if it goes below 85K, the bull market is over. We cannot go below 85K, right? Well, really below 74K, because 74K is the support of that last time before we kept going up, and it was the all-time high of the last run, right? The last bull run. But anyways, we just gotta wait for that and see what exactly happens there. But yeah, again, like I said, guys, watch Bitcoin extensively. I know we're talking about Synthetix here, but watch Bitcoin extensively, because as it pulls back, if it recovers at 99K and it breaks out to 108 and then gets rejected there again, then we're looking for the support all the way down here at 85K. Then at that point, Synthetix, where would that price be? I would say it would be pretty cheap, and that's kind of why I'm mentioning this on a Synthetix video, because I think that you can get this coin for a lot cheaper is pretty much what I'm saying. So if we continue to come down in Bitcoin, I would say Synthetix. I mean, you might be able to get this thing at 50 cents. And like that's like the low for this coin. Like that's its all-time low. But this coin is no stranger to making new all-time lows. Well, the all-time low was 3 cents, but the recent low. And this coin is not a stranger to making recent lows, right? You can look at it. It's been making recent lows for the last 4 years. So I think that there's a possibility that this thing could dump and keep doing it. So you definitely have to pay attention to how a lot of these projects perform long term. So what I would say is, this is the type of project that does well in a bull market. Like now we're all of a sudden seeing that this project is pumping and coming into light. But it feels like in a bear market, this project doesn't do well. We were in a bear market 4 straight years. This project did nothing. Not necessarily 4, because even while we started the bull market, because the bull market for Bitcoin started January 2023. That's when the bull market for Bitcoin started. And we've been in a bull market since then. And this coin has not been pumping since then. Actually, it's been going sideways, benefiting a little bit, pumping a little bit, and then dumping. And, it's been doing that since we started the bull market in 2023. So I would be careful with this, but I would still say if you can get it at a discounted price, somewhere around like 90 cents to 50 cents, anywhere around that price, you might be able to benefit on a short-term run up. But I wouldn't be looking for a long-term play for this. But anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about this. And definitely go ahead and become a member of the channel, and I'll make a very in-depth video like this for you guys. It's only $9.99 to become a member of the channel. You'll probably make all that money back within the first month. So anyways, go ahead and join, and then you can ask me a question. You can ask me to go over any project you want, as long as it's not some type of scam coin or some low cap scam coin. But as long as it's not that, I'll go over it. So shout out to the member that requested this video. And as always, I'll be back with another video.